Hi, my name is Phil and I'm bringing this old canoe stone motorboat back to life. Her name is Jabiru, she's 32 feet long and she's 90 years old. In this episode, we're going to look at fitting the head, or the loo, or the dunny, whatever you'd like to call it. The toilet bowl I have here is a Lavac vacuum system. Now I can almost hear the chorus from here. That's not a Lavac, so I'll explain. Lavac loos are hard to find in Australia, or at least I found one hard to find. There were none in stock at the importer, but they offered me this one at half the normal price. It had been sent from the factory as a sample. This design was intended to be the new model, the new sleek model, from about maybe 2 or 3 years ago, or maybe even longer, but it must have met with a certain amount of consumer resistance because it never became the standard. I can see that some people would not be happy with the concealed piping, but personally I don't see anything wrong with it. There are only 2 bolt holes holding the pan to the floor, one on either side, and if I make those bolts easily removable, getting to the plumbing won't be an issue. You can see underneath that it's the same as a normal Lavac bowl, except for the fairing around the outside. At half price, you'll understand why I'm more than happy to have this one. I brought the toilet bowl in here. It's a Lavac vacuum system, which I've used in boats before and my favourite. So what I've done is I've been able to sit down on this. And work out how high the roof, or how low the roof can be above the top of the toilet floor. So I've worked out it's going to be around about 1160, something like that. I've got a laser level sitting there. So it's from that level, it's going to be a bit over 1200 to the top of the deck beams, which will be about 1160, maybe 1160 to the bottom of the deck beams, which gives me, given that the deck beams are coming up, so by the time your head is above the toilet bowl, deck beam should be about 50 or 60 millimetres above head level.
I ground some of the paint off the inside of the ribs where I needed these blocks to go, and then I used the laser level to set them up so that they would be exactly level. Then I put another piece of timber against the bulkhead on the right hand side in the picture so that the floor would be completely supported. made the level of the floor under the toilet bowl high enough so that I could put the large seacock underneath it so it would be out of the way, and this determined how much headroom I could get. I wanted to keep the cabin as low as possible, but I may have to raise this up a little bit to be able to sit comfortably on the loo.
I forgot to turn the camera on for the first one, but I've got it on for this one. I'm putting plenty of tape here to make sure it fills up this thread.
Down. So yeah.
I'm putting plenty of lock seal on this thread, and I'll put some inside the valve as well. Right, now you're ready to take this this fitting. Okay, I'm just putting filler in the in all the gaps here. I'm just putting a bit of filler around the skin fitting. Actually, we used to call them skin fittings in the old days, but they tend to call them through-hole fittings now. We used to call them skin fittings originally, but they now seem to be known as through-hole fittings. All right, ready to go?
Yeah.
Right, I've got everything. Oh, maybe a bit more there. Right, ready?
These skin fittings and seacocks were dry fitted, and the skin fittings cut off to length before we actually put any sealant on. So this allowed us to hold the skin fitting in place on the outside of the boat while the seacock was turned and tightened from the inside. There was a little bit of adjustment at the end of each one, but pretty much kept the sealant intact.
Now, can you tighten that up at all?
Yeah, yes, I can.
Yeah, do it a little bit.
About a quarter of a turn past.
Yeah, do it now, more now.
Right. All the way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, keep going.
Right. I've only got about 1/8 of a turn to go.
Okay.
Hang on a second. Right, back.
That's it.
Spot.
Good. Beautiful.
Okay.
That's done.
Done.
So we've got toilet inlet and toilet outlet. Or head inlet and head outlet, as they call it. This piece of plywood was originally longer, and you'll see where I've cut it off. Now, I think that was a mistake. I cut it off, but then when you're entering the loo, you've got this seacock, which is quite exposed there. Especially if it's turned on, the handle will be pointing up, and it's a perfect target for a foot to stand on it and break it off. So I'm going to change this and bring it out so that it covers that seacock. Now we're a bit out of timing here because this is the rear end of the forward bunk, which in this episode has not been fitted, but in actual fact, in real time, it has been. So I've used that bulkhead to support the forward end of that new floor. So I'll put the new floor in so you can see it, and then we'll go about our business. I'll take this floor out, get rid of it. I'll have to take a little bit off that edge, I think. It's a bit tight. So anyway, there we are. Now I've got plenty of room to put a hand in there to turn that on, but it's protected from that foot getting onto it. The other one I can also turn on there underneath. So everything's totally protected now, so I'm a lot happier about that. It also will give me somewhere to rest a foot in front of the toilet bowl, which will be nicer. Well, here I am sitting on the throne, and that's the end of the head video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope there's enough headroom here. Anyway, I'm very pleased with this extra bit of floor. Covers up that inlet valve and makes everything nice and safe. So I'm looking forward to getting out on the water and using the loo one day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. See you next time.